What ho chaps, how the devil? It's Sunday the 28th of March and it's your favourite day of the week because it is time once again for the BBC Spews. We're up to 31 now I think, aren't we? How time flies when you're having fun. Or not having fun, reading what is quite possibly the worst taxpayer funded news service on planet Earth. And it's got plenty of competition, hasn't it? Channel 4. Plenty of competition on both printed, The Guardian, and celluloid media, Sky News. Don't forget to like it, share it, and do all of the things that YouTube won't do because common sense is officially banned in Silicon Soy Boy Valley. Let's start the show, shall we? Middle-aged women are worst affected by long COVID. I'll stop you there. Long COVID. I just don't see it. All the blokes I know, and a few women that have had COVID-19 have made full recoveries. I'm not seeing it. It's the new bad back. It's the new ME. Remember that one? Yuppie flu. It's the new seasonal affective disorder. Seasonal affective disorder, what's that all about? Ooh, well, it's a rare condition that affects your brain, and when you don't get enough sun, you don't want to go to work. Oh yeah, try that if you're a bricklayer. Do you think I stick my toe out the bottom of the duvet when it's -7, blowing a hoolie and pissing down with rain? Do you think I stick my toe out the bottom of the duvet 5 to 6 in the morning and go, woohoo, I can't wait to go to work today? No, it's shite. It's like being under a poncho when you're in the field and you're a soldier and you're on exercise and it's pissing down and you're freezing. Do you want to go and do your duty? No, you don't. But you do it anyway because you're not an arsehole. Let's read on, shall we? Middle-aged women experience the most severe, long-lasting symptoms after being treated in hospital for COVID-19. Two studies suggest 5 months on, 70% of patients studied were still affected by everything from anxiety to breathlessness, fatigue, muscle pain and brain fog. But the researchers say there is no obvious link in how ill people originally became. Oh yeah, funny that, no obvious link, when they actually try and do some real research. It's also yet to be peer reviewed, of course it has. But the BBC probably thinks, oh, it's women whinging, and we can get right behind women whinging because they're on the victim pyramid. Just underneath, well, quite a few groups. Black people, brown people, Muslim people, disabled people, but they're there. They've got one step on the ladder, not like the dirty, no good white boys. No, they're on the bottom rung. Maybe the BBC loves that shit, that's why they like it, yeah? They can play the victim on behalf of Karens across the world. A separate, smaller study, led by University of Glasgow, found women under 50 were 7 times more likely to be more breathless. Oh yeah, of course they are. Well, let me ask you this then. You've been hounding us for the last year, talking about how we all have to stay in, we all have to isolate, it's so dangerous, especially for men, like they make up 60% of the deaths, right? So if men are more severely affected by it, why are women more severely affected by a very, very weird niche version of it that you can't really prove and you don't know why you get it and they just really can't put a finger on anything? What if it's because in the Western world at least, women are the most privileged people in society? The exact opposite of what social justice warriors say. Women get spoiled. Men hold doors open for them, give them the coats when it's cold, offer to carry heavy things upstairs for them, and generally put themselves out to help women because that's just the kind of thing that men like to do for the fairer sex. Yeah, maybe if they weren't the fairer sex, if they were called the honking, face like a bulldog licking piss off a thistle, chronic body odour sex, maybe we wouldn't. But girls, we just like the look of you, so we go out of our way to help you out. The exact opposite of what the BBC and the Guardian types like to tell the world. We put ourselves out to help women out because that's the way we go. So maybe this is just Karens, yeah? They've been spoiled all their life, they get into middle age, they start losing the looks, and all of a sudden, they don't have men crawling all over them. Yeah? Imagine how privileged you must be being an attractive 20-year-old girl. If you're an extremely attractive young woman, there's blokes out there who would crawl across broken glass to suck the cock of the last guy that fucked you. So, of course, you're privileged your entire life. Maybe as you push into your 40s, that's what turns you into a Karen. Because all of a sudden, you're not getting everything thrown at you. You're not getting everything done for you. Getting all the hard work cracked on by all the fellas that are trying to impress you. So all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, life's a bit hard when you have to actually do things for yourself. So you're in a bad mood, and you don't get an easy leg up for anything. So you go, fuck it, I'm not going to work. 70% with long COVID, I call bullshit. Ladies, if you're one of the 30% that doesn't swing the lead, well done you. Well done you. But long COVID is going to be the next bad back or depression. That is going to be the next, ooh, well, I can't go back to work. When? Never. Never. Probably never be able to go back to work. Ka-ching! Buy my turkey dinosaurs. Buy my Prosecco. Look, long COVID, life might never be normal again. Hey, well, listen, you crack on and not have a normal life, as long as you're paying your own fucking bills. Look at that one on the far left there. Long COVID support groups have sprung up on social media.
I am 5 months on now.
Oh, look, Rachel, I still can't grasp things. Look at metal shit in her face, check. Stupid haircut, check. Floral dress and garishly painted nails, check. Welfare queen / social justice activist. Sorry, Rachel. I think if we're going to give people welfare for long COVID, it's too poorly defined. We don't know how to prove you've got it. It's capped at 6 months, and then you get your fat ass back to whatever trivially easy non-job you were doing. Right? Might sound harsh. I'm a harsh man. Life's harsh. COVID-19, pubs could require vaccine passports. Boris Johnson, fuck, this is unbelievable. We've already established there's nothing conservative about the Conservatives. They don't know what a libertarian is. None of them are fit to lick Margaret Thatcher's toenails. None of them, especially the albino jellyfish. However, this takes the cake, the pies, and the ice cream. This is shocking. Pub goers could be asked to provide a vaccine certificate, Boris Johnson has told MPs, saying it may be up to individual publicans. A review is looking into whether people should have to prove they have been vaccinated. And my God, unbelievable. A Tory MP, Steve Baker, said it was a ghastly trap and unfairly penalised those advised not to have a vaccine. Yes, seriously. I'm not going to read this whole story because it's an absolute crock of shit. But let me give you the short version. Do they honestly think... And there are people out there that can't have the vaccine for whatever reason. Not won't, can't. Do they honestly think a vaccine passport is reasonable or logical when lots of people can't get it? Are they seriously suggesting that young, healthy people are indefinitely confined to what is essentially house arrest, right? Because it'll get rolled out everywhere. If you roll it out anywhere, it'll get rolled out everywhere. Yeah, what's it going to do? So you'll need a vaccine passport to go to the shop, to go around, to go to the swimming baths, to go to the gym, to go to the pub. What are you going to do? Turn you into Ian Huntley, except you still have to pay council tax. Are you having a laugh? If I'm not allowed to go anywhere because I haven't got a vaccine passport, fucking lock me up. Lock me up. In fact, maybe this will turn out all right. I've always wanted an excuse to go absolutely mental in the Houses of Parliament. Maybe that's my way. If you're going to make me pay my fucking council tax and my electricity bills and my taxes, but I'm not allowed out my house because I haven't got a vaccine passport, fucking lock me up. At least then somebody else pays my bastard bills for me. Jesus Christ, I can't believe that I have to say this. Am I the only sane person in the fucking country? You can't implement vaccine passports. Done. I don't need to read this whole story. You can't do it. You can politely ask people, you can do information campaigns, you can even print leaflets and get famous people to go on TV and go, get a vaccine, I have. What you can't do is say you're not allowed to use basic, normal, free public services unless you've got a vaccine passport. And by the way, you keep telling us that the BME community doesn't get vaccinated at a higher rate, so I think it's a bit racist. I'll play the race card. I've got a bit of a tan. I'll go back to my Hispanic great-great-great-grandmother-in-law. This is lunacy. It's madness. And if there's a million BME people who go, no, I'm an anti-vaxxer, I'm definitely not getting a vaccine, what are you going to do? Lock them all up? They already make up a disproportionate percentage of the prison population. What are you going to do? Just tell everyone they're not allowed out the fucking house as well? If you're lucky enough to avoid the jails, well, tough titty, you're not allowed out your house either. Cheers then, and pay your fucking council tax while you're at it. Do me a favour, you maniacs. You can't have a vaccine passport. It's fucking impossible. And I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but if they implement this, I might not get one just for the crack. Just for the crack. Fuck you. If I'm not allowed to do anything, then tough titty. Not going to work, not going to the store. Government will have to drop food parcels off. I'll never ever leave my house ever again. Fuck you. This is the maddest thing I've ever read, and all free people should fucking hell write to their MPs. Put some dog shit in a paper bag, set it on fire and leave it on your local MP's fucking doorstep. I don't know what you're supposed to do, but this is lunacy. It's madness. North Korea. I'll just say North Korea. You fat, spineless albino, get a clue. Get a clue or I will be praying for Guy Fawkes to make a fucking comeback, you absolute maniac. Speaking of North Korea, they've fired 2 ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan. Weird that, isn't it? Weird how it's all kicking off since Trumpy left. I wonder why. Oh, no, hang on, I don't. I know why. Because if you bend over and take it up the shitbox to a bully, well, guess what? The bully, he's going to be plunging into your cinnamon ring for the rest of his life. Everybody knows this. What do I keep saying? Stand up to bullies. Trump took a hard line. He said, listen, you little fat gremlin, press your button and I'll press mine. And mine actually works. So wind your neck in, you little hunchbacked fucking oik, and crawl back into your hole or I will wipe you off the face of the earth. And guess what? Sort of ended up a bit pally come the end, didn't it? Because he knew his fucking place. Now he's got balls like watermelons because he knows the spineless president and his spineless administration. He probably knows the SJWs are in charge, so they won't touch him because he happens to be an ethnic minority, right? He'll say all this thing, anti-Asian hate. No, stop anti-Asian hate. Stop the prejudice, even though Asian women make more money than white men in America. Stop this. So he's like, fuck it, I'm untouchable now. Thank God the orange god has left. He told me what's what. He was a little bit scary. Now I've just got this shambling geriatric kiddie sniffer to worry about. He's laughing kit bags. He can do whatever he wants, safe in the knowledge he can act with fucking impunity. Pathetic. Analysis by Laura Bicker. This is what happens when you elect a man who has to go to piss 6 times a night. A shambling zombie of a man who is as likely to shit his pants during important meetings as he is remember the name of his fucking own wife. What a mong. And he got voted, he won an election in the United States. It was contested, but either way, he got tens of millions of votes. So, as I always say, ultimately, we get what we deserve. If he can convince 50, 60, 70 million, whatever the real figure was, to vote for him, well, I'm sorry, America, but you get what you deserve. Just like we do. Fat albino jellyfish won by a landslide. Look at the state of him. Solar calculators confuse our Prime Minister, and your president's even worse. Sorry, my president, apparently. He's definitely not mine. If the soy boys can do it, I can do it, yeah? You wouldn't have Trump, I'm not having Biden. I don't like grown men that sniff children. Call me a bluff old traditionalist, I think it's a little bit weird, right? So there's that one, done. North Korea will continue to take the piss because our president is a fucking joke. He's a joke. The leader of the free world pisses the bed. Done. Greed and capitalism help UK's vaccine success, says PM, and now I'm back to praising him. What's going on? It's almost like he doesn't have a sincere bone in his body and he's just a political animal. If this is the real Boris Johnson, I want him to stick around. I like the real Boris Johnson. I suspect it may be, but he's just a political creature. And the BBC have convinced him that 80% of the country are soy boys, even though it's the exact opposite. So he keeps being a soy boy. Boris, be yourself, son. I've seen you threaten to get someone beaten to death on Have I Got News For You. I like that, Boris. Be him. Be your authentic self, as the communists like to say. Do that. Because this version, he's much cooler. Boris Johnson told in a private meeting of Tory MPs that the success of the UK's COVID vaccine programme was because of capitalism and greed. And he's very, very right. Because capitalism motivates you to go to work. Capitalism motivates you to work hard and do your best and chase the promotion. Same as greed. Makes you work hard. What doesn't make you work hard is seizing the means of production, stealing wealth off other people, and being a lazy, good-for-nothing, work-shy, lefty career dole scum shit gibbon. That doesn't get vaccines made and it doesn't get them delivered. Capitalism works. He also praised the work of large drug companies during the pandemic, but they said that he very insistently withdrew his comments. So he spoke from the heart and then he changed his mind because he's a political animal, weasel, rat bastard. Boris, you do sicken me. I'll take him over the alternative, I really will. But it's just annoying that he won't show his true colours in public. That's what he is. He's a capitalist. He's a free market capitalist and he's living a lie. Like Michael Barrymore when he pretended he was into girls, he is living a lie. Like George Michael when he spent his days hanging out with girls in bikinis but spent his nights hanging out of men. Just be honest, Boris. We like capitalist Boris. We don't like soy boy Boris. Embrace it. Embrace it, brother. Embrace the ideology that has fed and clothed more people in the last 5 decades than any period in human history. It works. The team works. Go for the promotion. Go for the big car. Go for the nice house. Everybody wins. Easy. Lockdown isolation helped me come out as LGBT. You knew I wouldn't disappoint you. I wouldn't go through an entire episode of the BBC Spews without bringing up a pointless, facile, obsessed with cock, BBC fucking LGBTQ++ alphabety spaghetti. What's the point in this story? Why are we even here? Does this count as news? BBC story. And it's aimed at the kids. Look, Newsbeat, it's aimed at the kids. Come on, kids, start sucking grandpa off. You don't need to study. You don't need to work hard. You just need to chew a few geezers off. Then the world's your oyster. There he is then. Yeah, he looks happy. I'll be coming out of this pandemic as a completely different person, says 19-year-old Nathan. What about I'll just be coming out this pandemic? If I was to look at who I was a year ago, I wouldn't recognise who I am now. Because I'd never hummed the national anthem with another man's genitals in my mouth. I became a dad in the same year I came out as gay. Fucking hell. Everything's got to be confusing with him now, hasn't it? Up is down, left is right. Nothing makes fucking sense. I became a dad in the same year I came out as gay. How then? How? How were you fucking women in the same year you come out as gay? So surely he's bi then. Is he bi? Make your mind up. I thought if you've shagged women and you shagged men, you're bi, right? What does this mean? He was in a relationship with a woman. I said, oh my God. The relationship I was in didn't work out for obvious reasons. Because in a fit of hedonistic rage, I went to a nightclub in Soho and daisy chained around the dance floor with a lot of lubed up sweaty men. Yeah, I can see why it wouldn't have worked out. Then lockdown happened and I kept thinking about men. There you go. And look, it's just endless selfies. Endless selfie. Yay, oh, and there we are. Marvellous. Look, not a story. Not a story. It's 2021. How many people have come out in the last 10 years? Fucking hell. The last 10 years has been the raving decade. This decade couldn't have been more camp if RuPaul was the president of the United States and he bulldozed Mount Rushmore and just replaced it with a gay disco. It's been a pretty camp decade. This type of thing, it's not news anymore. Nobody cares. It might have been news when, Harvey Milk was kicking about or something, but as I keep making the point, this has been the most privileged, entitled, gay-friendly, lesbian-friendly, everything, I don't want to say the M word, everything friendly for the last 10 years. We've made so much progress on socially liberal causes that this isn't news. Nobody cares. We've all been to the pub and seen 2 blokes snogging at the bar. Nobody gives a shite. It's not news. I don't care about your sex life. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about your selfies. You've got a slightly wonky face. I just don't care. And BBC, I don't care about you. BBC, I hate you. It takes me from jovial gayness to solemn depression for my final story. Government will be forced to rely on BBC licence fee. My nemesis has been empowered. The government will be forced to rely on the current BBC TV licence fee model until 2038. A report from a Commons Select Committee suggests the failure to find a viable alternative meant the licence fee must remain for the term of the next charter. God. The BBC said it welcomed this thorough and detailed report. Oh, I'm sure it fucking did. We welcome the conclusion that the licence fee is the best way of funding a universal BBC. Well, we don't, BBC. The general public, who you're supposed to serve, doesn't welcome this decision. This decision is about as welcome as a bastard at a family reunion. The report, it's a stitch-up. Again, it's a stitch-up. The Tories never had any intention of getting rid of the BBC. They are the centre-left, milquetoast, blue Labour. There is no credible alternative. The BBC's not going anywhere, and they will continue to push Chinese-funded propaganda, because we know they've got their fingers in all these little pies. I mean, seriously, we should be treating the BBC and Channel 4 and Sky News like the Americans treated Al Jazeera during the war for Iraq. And I was there when we invaded. I know what happened. And the clever people in charge said, these motherfuckers are actively hostile, so we should probably drop an EMP on the bastards. The BBC are cancer. They are rotting our country, our institutions, and our way of life from the inside out. They are eating it. At least cancer doesn't do it out of malice. The BBC is actively, openly hostile towards freedom-loving British patriots. It makes me want to vomit, and this fucking story is change the rules. What do you mean we have to keep it for the next 20 years because we didn't do it fast enough? Change the rules. If we ditch these weak milquetoast Tories and get a new party into power, maybe Lawrence Fox is going to square it away for us. Change the rules. Change the rules. They change laws happy as Larry, willy-nilly, when they want to change the laws to keep us in our fucking houses. They change everything, left, right and centre. Oh yeah, but it's a 190-year-old tradition. Fuck the tradition, change it. Oh yeah, but we've been doing this for centuries. Change it. Change the fucking law. What do you mean they didn't do it fast enough so we have to keep it until 2038? That's not a short period of time. Fuck the BBC and fuck the bought and paid for, communist-friendly, hand-wringing pissants that commissioned this licence fee model nonsense. This group of MPs can suck my plums. That's all I've got to say about that. I'm not voting Conservative next election. I solemnly swear it. We must grasp the alternatives. We have to make it happen. Because I'm not standing for the BBC. If the BBC's still standing in 2038, that will be a big loss. It needs to die. Like a sick dog, it needs to be tucked into the back garden and shot in the head. Awful, awful news. Ignore it. We can change the rules. If enough people get behind it, we can change the rules. They change laws. I just want to change it. One rule that says we have to pay for communist propaganda until 2038. It's not a big ask, is it? Not really. Unbelievable. And in the same week, the UK government said we have to fly the Union flag above our state buildings. It's a con. Flick a few handfuls of Tic Tacs at you and tell you it's a meal. It's bollocks, yeah? Tic Tacs and rain. That's all you're getting off them. No sustenance. They stitch it up so the BBC is going to be around forever. They peddle far left talking points and propaganda constantly, and then they go, oh yeah, but you have to put the flag up, and we're all going to go, oh yeah man, you care about Britain, you care about working class people, you care about conserving our way of life, our history, our statues, our ideologies, everything that makes us what we are. You care about that because you told us to fly the flag. Smoke my pole, Blue Labour. Smoke my pole. Anyway, that's it. I am threaders with that news this week. Unbelievable. Crushing disappointment, but like all bootnecks, I will swallow the bile down and soldier on until the bitter end. And if by 2038 I have to go down there and fight my way through Mark Zuckerberg's communist android army to personally remove the bricks from Broadcasting House myself, then I will, because that's the type of guy I am. I'm a doer. That's it for another week, ladies and gentlemen. Please have a look on Subscribestar because they're not communists, or check me out on Ko-Fi, and like and share this video if you liked it. If you don't, feel free to comment and call me an arsehole. Unlike the BBC, my comment section remains a democracy. Thanks for watching. See you all very soon. Cheers.